In 1979, a young and relatively unknown British director made an impact that would change the way cinema looked at science fiction movies forever. That director is the now knighted Sir Ridley Scott, and the movie was Alien. Fast forward 33 years, and the legend now makes his return to the franchise he helped to begin back in 1979, this time around with a movie that's in the same canon as Alien, but is set before the events of the first movie. This new piece in the canon is known as Prometheus. Prometheus is written by two relatively newcomers to the world of movies, in the form of debutant Jon Spaihts and the slightly more experienced Damien Lindelof, whose previous works have included the work on the hit TV series Lost and screenplay work on The Cowboys and Aliens. On the casting side, there are some much more familiar names, with the likes of Charlize Theron, Michael Fassbender, Idris Elba and Guy Pearce. While mixed in with the big names are some names you may not quite know, but you'll certainly recognise their faces, in the form of Logan Marshall Green from Brooklyn's Finest and the TV series Dark Blue, as well as Noomi Rapace, star of the original Swedish version of the Stieg Larsson Millennium Trilogy movies, aka The Go Where the Dragon Tattoo, and it's been seen more recently in Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. In terms of the plot, the movie is set in the late 21st century, where a discovery has been made by two scientists, Dr. Elizabeth Shaw, as played by Rapace, and Dr. Charlie Holloway, as played by Marshall Green. The discovery is that a set of coordinates is hidden within multiple sets of ancient ruins around the Earth, all of which the two doctors believe point to a moon, where the race who created humanity, known as the Engineers, lie in wait. Fast forward a few years, and a few million miles, and the two doctors are now joined by the rest of the cast aboard the Whaling Corporation vessel Prometheus, on a voyage to the moon known as LV-223. Upon arrival at the moon, the rest of the crew aboard Prometheus are awoken by the resident caretaker and android David, as played by Fassbender, and are informed that they have arrived at their destination and that their mission is about to begin. The ship's crew proceed to locate any signs of life that was once present or still remains. What the crew locates is a structure, and proceed to land in order to investigate what lies within these ruins. But all is not what it appears to be on the surface, for these ruins not only hold the dark secrets to the origins of mankind, but also to the origins of what is said to be one of the greatest weapons of all time. Throughout this movie there are acknowledgements to the previous movies, with the names of people, sets, cameras, shots. All of these show that Scott did not intend this movie to be a prequel to Alien, but it is something which operates under the same law and within the same universe as the Alien movies. This certainly can be seen by bringing in H.R. Giger, who designed the original Xenomorph, and in this movie reverse-engineered his design to something further back on the evolutionary chain of this iconic movie Alien. Yet for all the throwbacks and atmosphere that this movie generates, there are a number of issues that I cannot just let pass by. To start with, this movie can't hold its own water. It has to telegraph big plot twists 10 to 20 minutes in advance of them actually being revealed on the screen, therefore ruining the excitement of the twists and turns of the movie. Move away from the movie's inability to keep secrets, it actually falls over and bumbles around at about the 40 to 45 minute mark, as the movie tries to explain just what the rules are in the universe that's already been established in other movies. Within these scenes, dialogue feels more like filler for what's to come later on within the movie. Putting the flaws to one side, this movie offers a good, enjoyable ride once it gets over its bumbling phase. Tension builds, and people become familiar with what is happening on the screen and the goals of each of the characters that remain in play. Combine this tension and well-executed action pieces with the technical achievements of the movie, and you really have something special. Scott shot this movie using the epic red camera equipment, and also opted to film in the native 3D rather than post-convert. This really adds something special to the movie when watching the opening sequence that flies over ancient Earth, making the 3D stand out more and the IMAX 3D worth that little bit extra. In addition to the camera technical work, Scott opts for a more realistic feel of this movie by not relying on CG and green screens, and instead opts for a more traditional physical set and props approach. By doing this, an extra amount of gravitas is added to the scenes with an alien presence within them. The props and people in makeup are physical beings on set, and as such the actors are able to offer a wider range of reactions to their presence on set. For me, this is something that's just not found with a green tennis ball on a stick. In general, this movie has a lot more good points than bad, with a combination of excellent performances by actors such as Fassbender, Rapace and Theron. Combine this with the superior technical mind of Scott, and you help to create a movie that is well worth a watch by any fan of science fiction movies, action movies, drama movies, thriller movies, let alone the Alien franchise. There's a line which perhaps sums up this movie perfectly. and it's said within the movie itself. Big things have small beginnings. Thanks for watching. Please remember to leave a comment, share, and feedback your ideas for future shows to me over Twitter at Dr Dogbert or in the comments section below. Oh, and one more thing. Be careful what you drink, as you just don't quite know what's floating in your next drink.